Welcome back to Philosophy Simplified, where we explore profound philosophical concepts from around the world. Today, we dive into the Bhakti movement, a powerful spiritual and social movement that swept across India from the 7th century onward. This movement emphasized bhakti, or devotion, as a direct path to spiritual liberation, bypassing complex rituals and caste barriers. So, how did this transformative movement change the spiritual landscape of India? Let's explore. Rooted in love, devotion, and a personal connection with the divine, the Bhakti movement revolutionized Indian spirituality, offering an inclusive and accessible path for all. The Bhakti movement is said to have originated in South India around the 7th century with the devotional poetry and songs of the Alvars and Nayanars, saints who dedicated their lives to the worship of Vishnu and Shiva, respectively. These early Bhakti saints expressed their deep love and devotion for the divine through poems, songs, and simple acts of worship. Their teachings were centered on surrender, selflessness, and seeing the divine presence in all beings. From the south, the Bhakti movement gradually spread to other parts of India, each region contributing its own unique flavor to the movement. In North India, it gained momentum between the 13th and 17th centuries with the teachings of great saints like Kabir, Mirabai, Tulsidas, Surdas, and Guru Nanak. Kabir, for instance, challenged both Hindu and Muslim orthodoxy and preached a path of love and devotion that transcended religious boundaries. Mirabai, a Rajput princess, defied societal norms to express her unwavering devotion to Lord Krishna through her poetry and songs. So, what are the core teachings of the Bhakti movement? The Bhakti saints emphasized bhakti or devotion as the most accessible and powerful path to liberation. Unlike other paths that required knowledge, rigorous rituals, or asceticism, bhakti was available to everyone, regardless of caste, gender, or social status. Central to the Bhakti movement was the idea of a personal relationship with God, a relationship based on love, trust, and surrender. Devotion was not confined to temple rituals, but could be expressed through simple acts of kindness, prayer, song, and meditation. Interestingly, the Bhakti movement encompassed both saguna with attributes and nirguna without attributes forms of worship. While saguna bhakti focused on devotion to a personal deity like Rama, Krishna, or Shiva, nirguna bhakti emphasized devotion to a formless, attribute-less divine reality. This diversity allowed people to connect with the divine in a way that resonated with them personally, whether through heartfelt devotion to a deity or through meditative practices that focused on the ultimate reality beyond form. The Bhakti movement was not just a spiritual phenomenon, it was also a social revolution. By emphasizing devotion over caste and ritual, it challenged the rigid social hierarchies of the time and promoted equality and unity. Saints like Kabir, Guru Nanak, and Ravidas spoke out against discrimination and emphasized the oneness of all beings, fostering a more inclusive and compassionate society. So, how did people practice bhakti? Common practices included singing hymns and chanting the names of God, participating in communal worship, and living a life of humility, service, and love. Through these practices, devotees cultivated a deep sense of connection with the divine, finding joy, peace, and liberation in their devotion. Today, the legacy of the Bhakti movement continues to influence Indian culture and spirituality. Its emphasis on love, devotion, and inclusivity resonates with people from all walks of life, reminding us that the path to the divine is not limited to a chosen few, but open to all who seek with an open heart. From classical music and dance to popular festivals, the Bhakti spirit lives on, bridging the past and present with its timeless message of love and devotion. What are your thoughts on the Bhakti movement and its teachings of devotion as a path to liberation? How do these ideas resonate with you? Share your reflections in the comments below. If you enjoyed this episode, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon to stay updated on our next exploration of philosophy.